Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay. I'm the car hauling dispatcher, and this is Tuesday Nights Live. So we're back again, and I welcome you back to the show. So thanks for joining me. If you're joining me live, that's great. Please join the live chat. If you're watching this on demand, well, you get the leisure of skipping around. So, if you want to skip ahead to 20 minutes, 30 minutes when I get into cost per mile, you're free to do that. And if you're live, I just kick back and enjoy the show. So Mike M, welcome back to the show. As you guys know, I'm looking over here in the corners where I'm seeing my live chat with you guys. So Mike, welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you're ready to have an accounting class about cost per mile. So this is going to be interesting. Roxy Auto Transport, welcome back to the show, man. I appreciate you coming back in. You're becoming a real regular around here, and I like that. So pretty soon we'll start calling you Norm. If anybody used to watch that show. RSW Northwest, what's up? Welcome to the show. Awesome. Thank you for coming in. What's cool is, so I think I've had like another growth phase because I'm starting to lose track of who's the first time here. RSW, I know I've seen you in here before, but there's going to be some newbies here tonight that I haven't seen before, which is awesome. And listen, if you're new and you don't want a live chat, that's totally cool. That's totally cool. But I'll tell you what, and I talked to somebody else today. I'm getting a lot of emails and comments now, and I'm talking to a lot of people. In fact, doing some consultations, which is really cool. If you've got a question, request, or you could use help from the community, feel free to chat it. I think there's going to be a couple chats tonight that they're looking for something specific. So if you can help, great. If you want to make fun of them, you can. I suppose that's what people do on Facebook. So Crypto Trucker, first time. All right. See, I appreciate it. Thank you for saying hello. Coming out of the woodwork, whether you're, I don't know, are you at a truck stop? Are you at home? Are you on your ELD break? Are you, just sitting at your desk like I am? I'm just sitting here. I'm always sitting here. I'm always at my desk, and that's why, I'm doing, hey, what's up, Trucking Answers? All right, back in the show. That's cool. I got sidetracked, and I'm going to run with it. Oh, that's right. All right, so we got the one and only is back. Welcome back, man. Thank you for coming back. Ernest Martin, thank you, Ernest Martin, for coming back and for your past generosity. Bulldog Transport is in the house. What's up, Chris? So, and I sometimes I remember people's first names and sometimes I don't. I'm sorry if I don't. If I just go by your screen name, if you've got the screen name like, don't call me Shirley, then I'm going to call you Shirley, So Viper Transport and Towing, what's up, Vinny? So Vinny's back. Hope you're feeling better, Vinny. People be like, what is he talking about? So let's see. So tonight we're going to do cost per mile. And I don't want to bore you. Nobody wants to be bored. But actually, it's a pretty interesting topic. And it comes from George. So we're going to thank George for episode 38, cost per mile, and we need to thank George for episode 36, know your numbers. I try to follow a theme, and then from there, just kind of run around and follow wherever the story goes. But tonight's episode, we're going to do some industry news. We're going to kick that off in a minute. We'll do that for about 15 minutes. About 8:20, I'm going to do an introduction into cost per mile calculation. Around 8:30, we're going to talk to Hotshot Dave, and he shared a spreadsheet with me. It's really good stuff. We're going to do a lot of Google Excel spreadsheet stuff tonight, and then we're going to do that for about a half hour. It's going to get crazy boring. It makes me think of accounting class. I had accounting class in college. I have a business degree, and man, accounting, that's some dry stuff, man. And then after 9 o'clock, we're going to go into some Hotshot 101 with Hotshot Dave and Brian, who is a freight hotshot hauler, currently in California, headed back to Ohio. So Pastor G is back with us. Awesome. Thank you for coming back, Pastor G. I appreciate it. Gartho Logistics is with us. Gary, thank you for coming on the show last week, Gary. We had Trucking Answers, Dispatch Garage, and Gartho Logistics on the last show. That was a great show. By the way, and welcome back to the show, DP Dispatch Davison. This is a good time to say this. Let's go ahead and minimize this. You guys know the homepage, and thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate my watch time is going up, my views are going up. I can use more likes and shares. Actually, my likes are up, but I can always use more. Shares and comments are the two things I really need. Shares and comments. But my YouTube rankings have gone up. My channel authority's going up. It's really pretty cool. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. I did not know when I started this channel less than a year ago what was going to happen. I did not expect 2,200 subscribers before 1 year anniversary. So that's amazing. Let's see here. I want to say this. Last show, Cars or Freight. I got some thanks for expanding out of car hauling into freight transport, so we're going to see some more of that. I've got some thanks for talking about the financials, so we're going to do some more of that. And I've gotten a lot of positive response about the car hauling dispatcher training, which is actually over. There's only 3 parts. There won't be a part 4. I mean, I'll be talking about dispatcher training, so let me say this. If you are not a beginning dispatcher and you're currently dispatching, I highly recommend you watch Part 2 Advanced. I go through the locations, I talk about priority of locations, I talk about negotiating with brokers, I also talk about the finer points of making sure the driver is taken care of, and then you want to go into Part 3, which I call it the expert module. I know that's a little, presumptuous, but it's the big picture of how you fit into the ecosystem and the life cycle and understanding the other parts of the industry, because you're going to get in phone calls where if you don't understand other parts of the industry, you're going to get trapped. You're going to lose money, or you're just going to lose your cool, and that isn't where you want to be. You want to be a great dispatcher. So part 3 is that macro view. So all right, guys, let's jump into some industry news, and let's see what we've got here. And we got anybody else? We've got Yuri's back. Yuri, I'm so glad you enjoy this show. I want to say that I enjoy doing it, and the fact that you enjoy watching it. So then we've just got that synergy, and that's just fun. So thank you, Yuri. I appreciate your kind words. And Mike, you know what? Mike, you are proof positive that my training works, which, I mean, I knew that, but, when you train somebody, that's why, like, having you on the phone for the training modules helped me stay focused and keep the momentum. So, I mean, that's a lot of patience. That was like 7 to 8 hours of your life that you're never going to get back. So I thank you for that, man. And Hotshot Dave is here with us, so we're going to be talking to Hotshot Dave. So what do we got? Let's see here. Let's go industry news. Okay, you want to cool down like a boss. I'm telling you, man, it's hot, right? I gotta, you gotta get I need makeup. Where's my makeup artist? Okay. All right, so I gotta cool down, and because it's hot. It's now hot. I'm officially hot. It's June, and I'm so glad. Oh man, the winter drives me crazy. So bring it on. Let's do 110. I'm gonna have sweat coming down my face in July. That's cool. I'm in Kansas City, and it's hot, man. It's hot. All right. We have got an 80,000 pound scale reading. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. Hey, William, welcome to the show. And this guy knows a good deal when he sees it. So as you guys know, like I keep the show clean, but I like to have fun. So, that's weird. Is that a real ad? That's hilarious. That's not hilarious. Oh, my phone's already going off. Okay. Oh, that's laundry. You guys see that? So you got laundry hanging between the trucks. So that's real. But you know what? That's life on the road. And I think that's pretty cool. You know, Adam and Eve trucking. You're right. I couldn't say that live. Okay. That's a real sign. That's sad, man. That is sad. Who's that for? Aliens? This is a real sign. Starting at Mannheim, PA. Attention, Friday, June 29. We will no longer manually print any gate passes, and the print centers in the lanes will be self-service with wireless air printers. Visit Mannheim.com or the mobile app to access. Alright. Well, you know. Attention, no more buggy whips. I don't know. Hey, who's been getting this? Did you guys, are you guys getting requested by Central Dispatch to fill out a survey? Why? I got like 3 or 4 of these. So I don't know, man. I've only got one main email address. I don't know. Yeah, anyways, you want to fill this out? I did. Okay. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to have Daryl on the show. Daryl, I don't know if you're watching. Hey, what's up, Kevin? All right, good talking to you, man. Daryl is the owner of carpooling.com, and I'm looking forward to having him on the show. I believe that he works in the Mannheim, PA location, and I think that this is some great marketing. It's a great service. I mean, if you're a busy transporter, you know carpooling is worth it. And so we're going to talk about pricing, services, hours, contact information. I'm really looking forward to that, Daryl. Philly Hotshot Trucking. I think it's your first time, Philly. I think it is, man. Welcome to the show. And thanks for saying hello. I appreciate that. I really do. I thought this was pretty cool. It says Snazzy getting his first full service. Cody Wilkerson is the only guy I let do this. He's great. Actually does everything you're supposed to do. I trust the guy. At the Petro in Georgia on I-85 at exit 160, just north of Commerce. So there it is, man. Right? Everybody loves a good service provider. And that's another reason why, since I know dispatching is the one thing that I think I can absolutely give recommendations and advice. So if you need dispatching advice, talk to me. If you need engine advice, go see Cody at I-85 for your service. I call this homework. You know, this is what a car hauler does when they're doing homework, right? You know, some people have little briefcases and whatnot, and you know, they're at Starbucks on their laptops or whatever, which is more like what I'd be doing. But this is a car hauler's homework. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You guys know that. You guys know that. You know that. That dish. Are you serious? Who dispatched that? I mean, alright, that's fine, man. I mean, some people know what they're getting into, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't book that. Oh my goodness. There's what on top? That thing's heavy. Speaking of, man, that thing's heavy. Are you serious? You can't be serious right now. And look at that front tire all jacked. That thing ain't going anywhere. Literally, that thing ain't going anywhere. Oh my gosh. Central Dispatch started to send a survey. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? I think your comments about load board on the last show took right. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna take responsibility, but people are watching the show, like a lot more than I thought. So, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm liking it. Okay. I wonder how that happened. Coming around the corner, right? And just, man, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I know some people would say taking a nap, but taking a nap, right? Oh man, why would you go down that road? Don't do it, man. Don't do that. I feel like I'm watching Cars. It's like right out of Cars movie. All right. Don't do that. Yeah, and so that was sent to me. This is viewer mail right now. I forget who sent me this, but you know who you are. Thank you for sending me this. If you see crazy stuff, send it to me. If you've already seen it on Facebook a year ago, put it in the comments. Either way, it's engagement. Okay, now this is a car hauler. Man, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, that's two parts of a car hauler, isn't it? Oh, man, that sucks. I hate to see that. I know if you're a driver, you don't want to see that. Okay, so we got that. Not connected or disconnected. Okay, why did you park my truck in? Why? Why did you park my truck in? I don't know. I don't get it. Why did you park my truck in? I think it was written on 3 vehicles. Oh, and the keys are in it. I don't know. Why did you park my truck in? Okay, this is from Savick, right? Got to take a break. He's got to take a break. 20 minutes from the yard, and he's 30 minutes from home. Awesome. Thanks, ELD. It's perfect time to do this. Super safe. Super Kool-Aid. That's right. That ELD Kool-Aid's good stuff. So this is interesting. Got a text. So the guy that paid $800 to ship the Camaro out to Denver, the dealer couldn't find anyone willing to go to Denver, so after several weeks, the dealer shelled out an additional $400. The customer said they only paid $800, and the dealer paid $1,200 to get the car moved. And you don't see that very often, but that's what happens if you, on the broker side of life, say, oh, easy peasy, and you misquote. Whoa, a misquote can get expensive. Don't do it. Truck driver arrested for smashing a motorist's head with a hammer. Don't do it. Oh, man. 9 cents a mile. Don't do it. What else we got here? The 10-car flip upside down. Oh, in PA. Oh, yeah, that was you, Viper? You sent me that one? Man, I hate that picture. Just got in. What's a good price? Alabama to Texas, 2-3 car, hot shot. All right, Sherman Jack. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to go into Central Dispatch actually in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So if you've got time to stick around or check back in 10 minutes, or I'll tell you what, I'll do you a favor. We're 19 minutes into the show, and if you don't have time to stick around, come back, watch it on demand. Go to about 30 minutes into the show, and we should be there. See? Man, I get it. Man, people are busy. I'm busy too. And you know what? Can I watch one of my whole episodes? I don't know. I really don't. Why do he block his truck in? Oh, thank you. I didn't know what he's talking about. That makes sense. Why did he block his truck in? And he wrote it on 3 vehicles, so he was ticked off. Don't do it. All right, what else we got here? Oh, yeah, this is I guess this is like a fake scam. Fake scam. Nobody talks like that. I guess this is a fake letter going around, which is essentially a scam. I mean, one could argue that, yeah, you can hire them for this stuff, but why? It's a waste of money when you can do it yourself. So just beware of, and I've seen this too. Like, I like domains, okay? And I've seen like stupid letters, hey, we can buy this domain for you. I'm like, I don't need that domain. That's stupid. So don't do it. The basics of driver fitness violations. Okay, is this real? I think this is real. Jumping an imminent hazard out of service order. Yeah, okay, this is real. Driving a CMV with a fraudulent medical certificate? Yikes. Driving a CMV with more than one license? So anyways, go ahead and freeze frame this. Oh, this is why somebody posted this on Facebook. Non-English speaking driver. A severity of 4, but I think they said that the state law said that you don't have to speak English, or they have bilingual, there's signs that are bilingual, something like that. Sounds like a catch-22. And this is why you want to read up on the FMCSA and know the rules. Oh man, here's another one. 9 cents a mile. Oh, dude. Kansas City to Dallas for $50? Inoperable? Wow. Wow. You can't even get an inoperable Uber. You can't even take a bike. You can't take a 10-speed for 50 bucks. Maybe you can. I don't know. That's ridiculous. That's shameful. For shame. Shame, shame, shame. Okay. What what is he doing? Honey, what's he doing? How's it going, Alex? Welcome to the show. Right on. Welcome to check back in. Oh, speaking of, okay. This is a joke I put in here. Because I like to have fun in the beginning of the show. And then bore the heck out of you. Okay. AC. More AC. Wait for it. No AC. $1,600. 12 hours later. No AC. Let's go back to AC. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's move on. Okay, this is a pilot. Oh yeah, the caption on this was, check your receipt, because the pump says 250 and the receipt says 257. So what's up with that? Oh, the gallons is over. I don't know. What, did you spill 722 on the ground? I'm just kidding. I don't know what that is. I don't know, man. Anyways, and it's a large gas receipt because we're going to start moving into expenses. Okay, here's some more expenses. Best Pass, right? What a great app. Oh yeah, our money's going down. Awesome. So that's great. Yeah. I mean, I know it's handy, but you know, see the money go down. Oh, here's another one. This sucks. So this is a deduction. This was shared by a freight hauler. He got a citation, which I think he says is the company's fault, and yet they deducted it from his paycheck. Winning! Okay. God, I haven't said winning in a long time. Felt good. It's terrible to hear, though. Terrible to listen to, Jay. Hey, what's up, Brian the car hauler? Hey, Kimberly, welcome to the show. Why, Sean Gibson, what's up? Welcome back to the show. That's cool. Louis Vargas, anyone here brokers needing to be added to insurance policy and insurance charging up? Yeah, actually, Louis. That sounds like additional insurance to me. I'm guessing that is additionally insured. You know, rarely do you see a broker ask for additional insurance. What they'll say is, yeah, we need to be listed as a certificate holder and listed as additionally insured. And I hate that phrase. Because as a matter of fact, I'm just going to share with you, I had a broker recently. They were not a large company, just a single owner, you know, one owner operation, and they said they needed to be additionally insured, and I knew, okay, we're probably not going to book this then. And I talked to them and explained, you know, we're not gonna like load up the transporter with like brand new Hellcats with satellite dishes on vans. We're not doing it. This is the nicest car on the trip. Everything else is, you know, not junkers, but, you know, like a used Yugo. So do we really need additional insurance? No. They said, no, don't worry about it. Do a certificate. So listen, Louis, if you get asked for additional insurance, if it's a major broker, there's no bones about it. In fact, this one right here, if they request either additional insurance or general liability, depending on the types of loads you're going to be moving, I mean, they're serious. And, you know, if you don't do it, you're not hauling for them. That's just the way they roll. And, I mean, you know, the thing is that when you're a really large company, Louis, man, thank you, bro. Awesome. I'd say this is a fair trade, as they say in Dances with Wolves, fair trade. What is he talking? Honey, what's he talking about? Is that they're a major company and they're national and they've got, you know, lawyers and damage claims, and I mean, you know, it becomes part of their business to manage damages and losses. So in an effort to cut down on losses, they have to do things like additional insurance. So this is, again, like I say, as long as you understand where someone else is coming from, it can ease the burden and maybe help the process. It's no fun doing additional insurance, and again, a lot of carriers just won't do it or can't do it, or it's too expensive, because your insurance agent will charge you either per additionally insured, or they'll give you, like, you can do 5 additionally insured for X amount of dollars. So I hope that helps. Let's see here. Sup, Conscious Trucking Logistics, Awake? That is a sweet name. Man, that's okay, I think I commented on one of your YouTube videos, right? My first week car haul. I don't know how I know that name. Please remind me. I can't remember. Silver Mint is gathering intel. That's awesome. Thank you, Silver Mint, and thank you again, Louis. That was really kind, and I'm happy to exchange information. And like I said, well, I think you're going to see it in my scroll. Is that why does cars arrive on screen? Let's do some self promotion here. Like I said in my, or I'm going to say, or I'm doing it now, whatever. If you need a consultation, you can email me, and we'll set up a time, and we'll do an extended talk, and I'll give you the best advice I can. But if you don't want to do that, there's a lot of free info, about the videos. And then this seems to be, like, to date, my best blog post, my best performing blog post to date, the 20 steps to car hauling. And I do update this, so if you see something that you think should be fixed or updated or changed, send me an email, comment below, shoot a flare. Okay, shoot a flare. What's he talking about, honey? Brokers should be on the show today. They get paid top dollar to post a load for a cheap price. Brokers need drivers. Drivers sometimes need brokers. Some of the time, drivers already have their own clients. So, you're right. I subscribe to your channel. Awesome, awesome. Well, you know what, DP Dispatch, and that is the truth. I mean, I actually, there's a few brokers recently that I go ahead and tell them I'm doing the show. Hey, I'm calling about a load on Central, and I have a YouTube channel. It's a little odd, but why not? And I learned when I talk to brokers. Actually, talking to brokers, like off the cuff a few years ago, is how I came to understand their business better. And there are many good brokers. There really are. So just like there's good dispatchers, bad dispatchers, there's good brokers, bad brokers, there's good drivers, bad drivers, there's good Vegas dealers, there's bad Vegas dealers. So okay, let's go ahead. It's 8:30. Let's go ahead and jump into some numbers now. Dave, I'm running maybe 5 to 10 minutes late, so hang in there for me. And that happens, man. I'm always running late. It's crazy. Central Dispatch. Okay, you were talking about, was it Alabama to Texas, Texas to Alabama? I'm gonna scroll back up into my. I'm looking in the chat right now. What was it? Help me out, guys. Was it Texas, Alabama? I'm trying to find it. Can't find it. Can't find it. I feel like a dispatcher staring at loads. Can't find it. Can't find it. Ah, dang it. Where'd it go? I don't know. Anyways, all right, I think it was. I want a 4-car, 3-car wedge financing truck and trailer. It came up to 99 cents per mile operating cost. Ooh, okay. That's good. That's good that you calculated that. Louis, what factors did you use if you would just chat item, comma, item, comma, item, comma. We got what? Truck payment, trailer payment, insurance, fuel, right? Keep going. I want to see some line items, please. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Alexander Colado's with us. Man, thanks for joining the show. Oh, we're at 40 live watching. Okay, I'm just going to share this. As soon as I say it, it's going to drop like a rocket. But 40 is actually, yeah, I just lost 2. It's okay. 40 is kind of my new threshold. I've never been in the mid 40s or even 50, so that ought to be interesting. That's okay. Cool. Philly Hotshot Trucking. Thank you very much, man. If you have a question, please live chat it. I'd love to answer something specifically for you. So I think that the request was Texas, Alabama. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here. I'm gonna do 1 through 3. I'm gonna do 5 days. I'm gonna do 40 cents a mile minimum because listen, man, coming out of Texas going to Alabama is not the best paying route. I'm just gonna be straight with you. And I've done this. I specialize in the Midwest, though I do know better money's in the East, Northeast. It's totally true. Like just last week, I didn't know it, so I was doing Louisiana up to Baltimore, and I was looking for like 60 cents a mile, and I was pushing hard, negotiating hard. And then I looked. If I went from South Carolina to Baltimore, I could get $1 a mile. So then let's go ahead and book Louisiana to South Carolina at 60 cents a mile, and then take the $1 a mile up to Baltimore, which brought up my overall cents per mile. That was pretty awesome. So it's interesting how stuff like that happens. So you want to look for a little, if you're not having any luck, start searching other states along the way. Houston, Birmingham, here we go. This is pretty normal, 59 cents a mile for a sedan. Yeah. Houston to Dothan. Dothan's a little harder to get to, and it looks like, they probably listed it because they're not having an easy time moving it. But you're going to see a lot of this. 2,500 crew cab diesel at 66 cents a mile. But Barco Rent-A-Truck knows, they move trucks all day long. They know how to, not use the system, but they know the system. They're not going to list that truck at 66 cents a mile up in Baltimore. They might, but they probably pay more up there. So they know where different areas pay. Like here, F350 for 70 cents a mile from Dallas to Birmingham. I guess that's not too bad, but if you book an F350, you may as well book 2 sedans at 40 cents a mile than an F350 at 72 cents a mile. And as we talk about this cents per mile, HC to Texas, KC to Texas? Okay, KC to Texas. Louis, why don't you buy a used trailer for around 4K, 5K, finance the truck, only truck payment, insurance, also you save on insurance. Pretty cool. That's a good recommendation, Alexander. That's cool, man. Thank you for sharing that. So we're talking about the cents per mile that's going to lead us into, as a dispatcher, check this out. You're looking at the cents per mile. You think it's good, right? Dodge Dart, 81 cents per mile. Houston to Dothan, right? You click view route, and you're like, hey, man, this is cool. 81 cents a mile car. Awesome. And then when Crappy Maps finally comes up, you realize that, oh, man, that's not anywhere where we're really going. So guess what? That 81 cents drops. Because when you add the deadhead miles, you're now at like 60 cents. Or less. I haven't done the calculation, but I can tell you that if you're really headed to Atlanta and you drop this car in Dothan and you don't get a connection load, which, by the way, you're not going to get a good connection load because the stuff that's down here in southern Georgia is either random good stuff or it's like Copart stuff, which is going to lock you up into a time frame, maybe a car missing an axle. The point is, don't get so excited by 81 cents a mile going to somewhere that ain't close to where you're really going. And that's where we're going to lead into why it's so important to study your cents per mile. Wow, that's a terrible route. Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of, I was talking to somebody earlier that they were laughing how I said 60 cents a mile was good in a previous video. And, well, it was good for that route. But that's, that's the Midwest or the South. If you're up in the North or Northeast, yeah, 60 cents a mile is not going to be good. You're probably looking more like $1 a mile or a buck plus. So different regions have different standards. And if you're in California, as I said earlier, Kevin, probably 30 cents a mile is what you're looking at. Plus the emission standard, so you're really just working for free. In fact, you're not even working for free, you're working to go out of business. No, I'm kidding. I'm just having fun. George is in California and he's doing great. But there are some tough aspects to car hauling in California. So, am I right, George? William Blake, thank you, man. Oh, I really appreciate it. Any amount helps, and as you can see, I got the T-shirt now, and I got a hat, and I'm still working on putting some business cards together that I can send folks, and they can hand them out at truck stops or make origami. So every bit helps, and it really does. Let me tell you, it helps support my dispatching income, which is, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that. Okay. I'm never going to California. You don't want to go, man. Let's see here. All right, so cents per mile. So let's call Dave. What's going on, Jay? Sheesh. Get to the show already, says Young Stacks. Yeah, good numbers. Thanks, Louie. Hey, what's up, Dave?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm just walking the dog.
Oh, perfect, man. While you're doing that, I'm gonna type a couple things in here. I got Louis Vargas giving me some numbers, and I'm gonna add him to what I did was, okay, episode 36 2 weeks ago. Remember how I was gathering numbers?
Right.
Okay, well, I took that spreadsheet, and now I'm going to grow on that list, and then we're going to move into your list. And my point of doing this is that, there's so many different ways to look at your costs, as we know. I mean, I took 2 calls 2 weeks ago, and I got numbers all over the place.
Right.
Right? So.
And also, your numbers are not going to be the same as mine, There for a while, I was leasing a truck at $4,000 a month. Your numbers ain't going to be nothing like that.
Right.
So,
and by the way, guys, if you're not familiar with Hotshot Dave, I know a lot of you are. I got Hotshot Dave on the phone with me. Dave, you've got your own YouTube channel. What's going on with your business right now?
Man, I hired an owner-operator. I've been kind of slacking on the channel. I got to get back to it, but I've just been busy and all over the place and, working out the kinks of the new truck, as you know. You see my little AC post there?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I fixed it this morning for $100. Imagine that.
Are you serious?
I'm dead, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But, and people say I'm crazy, but it gets to the point where you work so much, you don't have time or you want to work on your truck. Like, you have so much paperwork and stuff to catch up on, it's easier to let somebody else do it, but when you run into that issue, like what I ran into, now you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now I have a $1,700 bill that's got to go somewhere. And I see maintenance, people saying maintenance is $200 a month, $300 a month for repairs. I mean, what can you do for $300 to these trucks? Not much.
Yeah, really.
Maybe $300-400 a week. Just to save up for a turbo. Injectors are $3 to $5 grand depending on the truck.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can do it yourself. You can do it yourself and save money. But how much are you really saving? What could you be doing in that time frame?
Hey, quick.
Yes.
Quick side note: how'd you do on the CDL test?
I didn't take it because I didn't know what truck I was going to have.
Okay, that was good thinking.
What's that?
That was good thinking.
Right. I mean, because if I went and took it, and I was really looking at a 6-speed Cummins. So if I went and took the test and got a restriction on it, and then bought a 6-speed Cummins, well, I'm now out of business because I can't drive that truck.
Yeah, I've heard about the restrictions. I think that was a good call, man.
Yeah. Well, speaking of restrictions, real quick.
Yeah.
New Mexico, now, if you have a fifth wheel in your pickup truck, you are a tractor trailer.
What? Say what in New Mexico?
I have a driver. My driver has an 18 Ram 3500 with a 3-car wedge. He got put out of service because they told him he was driving a tractor trailer. And he's really driving a truck trailer. That's how much DOT really knows.
Wow.
I mean, lawyers are taken care of it, but, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's what goes on in this world.
Well, and what's interesting, you know, when you talk about that, I mean, there's a short list of states where you got to be careful, right? Oregon, New Mexico.
Arizona.
Is Kentucky one of those?
Oklahoma. I've never had a problem in Kentucky.
I thought I heard something about Kentucky, but what's he talking about, honey?
I know Oklahoma, if you get a ticket, you pay it on the spot.
Oh, really?
You know? Yep.
Hey, that's nice.
Ain't it?
I'm gonna go get some barbecue now.
Yeah.
I can say that because I lived in Oklahoma for a while, so I got street cred. So, speaking of, all right, so we are gonna get into the numbers now. One of the things, are you got a computer pulled up there, Dave?
Oh, yeah, you're on my tablet. I'm watching it.
All right, cool. So I'm plugging some numbers in here, and the reason I'm doing this is that I know that if I go with the law of averages, then I'm more likely to get closer to numbers that apply to others, right?
Right.
So truck, I'm looking at, let's see, Alexander's got truck 700, insurance 600, okay, tolls.
Wait, is this a month?
Yeah, this is a month.
Where is
We're all, by the way, we're all talking about month, right? We're gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say this. Monthly, we're gonna update this. Monthly, look at this. Look what I did, guys. Bang! I just updated it. Okay, monthly cost per mile. Okay, so we're talking. Oh, thanks, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're talking monthly cost per mile, so I want monthly numbers. And I know it's small on your screen. I know that. If you're on a cell phone, you're like, dude, Jay, what are you doing? I realize that, and I'm sorry. But I am looking for monthly numbers. Yeah, I know, right? Then you're like, man, I'm leaving this guy's channel. 79 for Central. Wow. Oh, man, now that we put it on my show, there goes your sweet deal.
I missed something.
Well, now I'm just talking away, rambling away like
Okay.
usual. Okay. All right, so you're still with me? Did I lose you, Hutch?
Yeah, where are you? No, I'm here.
All right. Okay, so I got people are chatting stuff and plugging in numbers. Okay. By the way, we do have someone asking about fuel cards, and I had somebody asking about fuel cards before. But let's talk. So we're seeing my numbers. I'm gonna go down the list here. All right, and I'm gonna bring this up. We're gonna talk about line items, and then we're gonna start getting into cost per mile. So we know truck payment 800. How about this? I created a column for you, and I want you to fix this number for me. Dave, what's a monthly truck payment?
7 to 800 to average per used truck nowadays.
Okay, and these numbers don't have to be you. They just have to be what you consider to be within normal range. Okay.
Right.
All right. Normal. I'm just gonna put. I don't know. I'm gonna put average. All right. Okay. So here we go. So then trailer payment, monthly trailer payment, and I want to see some live chat also. Okay.
I would hope you don't have one, but You can probably get it for 250, 200. I mean, if you're doing a 3-car wedge here.
Okay, sounds good. 250. How about insurance? This is the one that seems to vary a lot.
1,700, and my driver's 2,200.
Okay,
I don't
now.
know where these guys are getting insured.
Okay, I'm going to put 17 because we're just going to focus on one owner operator, okay? And we're
about me, 1,700.
and we're going to do one owner operator, and we're going to do 3 to 4 car, right? Is what we're talking. That's our range, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, I got 1,700. All right, now you're licensing, right? All that good time stuff. What do you, if you were, can you put that in a monthly number? I know it's not a lot when you consider it monthly.
Yeah, it's
50 bucks a
about
month?
80 bucks a month. Cause mine's 1,500 every 2 years.
Okay, perfect. 80 bucks a month. Now, do you would you put IFTA as its own line item? Would you do that?
No, because I'm under 26,000. I don't pay it.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna
I give them enough money.
exactly. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna move that out. Okay. All right. What about things like cell phone, internet? Do you consider that a line item?
What is it?
And before I say that, I'm going to hit pause on that one. Let me move maintenance. All right? Because we just talked licensing. Actually, let me ask you this. What should come after licensing? Tires? Fuel?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You got to pay the bills.
All right. Well, what would you put? I mean, I did truck, trailer.
Leave it like it is. That's fine right there.
1,700.
There's no priority to this because you got to pay every bill.
Yeah, okay. Well, then let's do this. Let's just do fuel since we hit a big one with insurance. Let's hit another big one. What's your fuel? What's your fuel? Monthly.
All right, so you got.
I know this varies, but.
Well, you 10,000 miles at 380 a gallon. You're looking at 3,800.
So you're doing 10,000 a month, right?
Yeah, that's how you got to base your numbers on something.
Exactly. 10,000 miles a month. That's what I'm going to put. 10,000 miles. 10,000 miles. Okay, and you said 3,800?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Exactly. I mean, we got to figure out, we got to be somewhere. Let's do tires. I know tires can be a big one.
Well, you got, all right, the tires, you got 100,000 miles a year.
Right.
I get 50,000 out of my.
I saw that.
Call it 40, yeah, call it 50,000 just for argument's sake. 200 apiece times 12, right? Yeah. 200 times 12 is, what? 2,400?
200, what'd you say, 200 times 12?
Yeah.
200 times 12. 2,400.
Right. Okay. That's, so you're looking at 214 bucks a month.
Okay, and that sounds like a reasonable range from what I've heard. The reason, even as a dispatcher, and again, I'm saying this to.
And that's probably low. That's only buying one tire a month.
It could be. I mean, I've heard.
But we'll stick to that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, I think that's really good. Okay, so now let's do. Hey, man, I know you're paying tolls, right?
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. What are you paying in tolls?
I don't know. 1,000, 1,500 a month.
Wow, man. That's really high. I'm just going to put 1,000.
So me.
1,000. You said 115? I'll put 1015. Wow.
What's that?
1,015, yeah?
1,000 to 1,500.
Okay, cool. And Viper says 225 on tires, so that's pretty cool. So we're all, and if I'm missing your numbers, you know, Sell 300. Let's see, that's a good number. Okay, so cool. So we got the tires, we got the tolls. I put tools and tolls. Let's go into, what about other maintenance? Would you consider that a separate line item?
7 cents a mile.
Interesting. All right. Well, since you're doing 10,000 miles, I'm gonna pull out the old calculator. What do we do there? How do we clear it? No, it's not that. Trash. Oh man. Okay, so clear. Duh. What? You don't know how to use a calculator? What's he talking about, honey? 0.07 equals 700. 700 a month. Maintenance. All right.
Yep.
And I just wanted to say this before. I know as a dispatcher, when I don't think about tolls, I'm just like, hey man, it's $2 a mile. Let's all go to Long Island. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Right? No, man. Yeah. So, fired. Job opening. Let's see. 0.07 sounds good. Tolls 1,000. Oh, Viper says 1,000 on tolls. Okay. What else we got here? Now,
Hey, where's Viper run?
he's northeast. I want to say New York. Vinny.
Oh, okay. I wonder why my numbers are so close to his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Vinny it's New York or New Jersey. I'm almost positive. If not, it's PA in that area. How about food, man? What are you doing in food a month?
Food? If you're smart, you go to Walmart. It's $400 a month, $100 a week
Yeah.
on the cheap.
Well, actually, and I heard somebody talking about that. Like, and that's why it's cool. There's a whole Facebook thread of like cooking in your truck. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Some good stuff out there.
So let's say this. Let's say food and then the cost of making food, maybe $200 a month.
How much?
200?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can call it that.
150. 150? Do I hear 150?
Do 200.
All right. Brian the car hauler says you're eating Cheetos, so now it's 200.
Brian the car hauler is sitting at home eating bonbons.
And if you,
Don't get started. Brian the car hauler. There's no bonbon boy.
he's eating the off-brand Cheetos. I know as a dispatcher, I'm eating the off-brand Cheetos. I'm eating like
Brian's my boy.
I got Clancy's. He buys a case of them. Oh, Vipers, dude, Vinny's out of Long Island. Oh my gosh, Long Island of Buffalo. Wow. Okay, Louis doesn't count food or phone. He eats his phone and uses his, no. I eat and use the phone. Oh. Oh, all right, Louis. Louis just said something really important. You know what it is?
Wait a minute. So did he not claim per diem or any of that on taxes?
And
He don't claim none of that on taxes, right?
And that's where, hey, Dave, can you hang on one second? Right, we're going to get to that. Louis and taxes. This is Jay.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
Oh, I know who this is. Oh, man. Right in the middle of... Oh. You picked a weird time.
What are you talking about?
JD. Eufaula.
That's E-A-F-U-A-L-A.
How do you spell that again?
E-U-F-U-A-L-A.
All right. Just in case...
JD.
Just in case I'm taking down your information.
Well, you asked me how to spell my name. I just told you.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, well, listen, JD. You know what we're doing right now, by the way?
Now I called to see if you want to go out and get burnt. I don't really care what you're doing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm in the middle of my show right now. It's Tuesday night. And we're talking about car hauling expenses.
Oh, great.
So,
Great.
do you think I can add you to my spreadsheet here?
what that is, but sure.
Okay. It's not a bed sheet, it's a spreadsheet.
Okay, well,
Okay.
probably better.
Yeah, let's go. It's a family show, JD. Okay, so,
Right.
hey, so what your expenses? What's your truck payment per month?
Well, it depends. Are you talking about my big rig?
Yeah, your big rig.
$5,000.
A month?
Yeah, I got a big truck, Peterbilt. Put it on a short note. I only do 36 months, okay?
All right, I think I'm gonna have to get my calculator out. All right, so 5,000. Do you own it after 36 months?
Right. That's right.
All right, I'm just gonna put 138. All right, plus interest, I'm gonna put 150. I don't know. I don't know about. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who gives you a loan, but I'm gonna go with it. All right, what about your
Yeah.
trailer? What? Hey, what? Pete, you said Peterbilt. What's your trailer?
Well, I went ahead and stepped up to the next gen 9 car.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you are. You're.
Badass.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, I am. That's
All right.
why.
Trailer
That's why I
payment.
got it.
So okay. So what's that cost a month?
What?
Your 9 car
$5,000.
a month. Okay. Is that another? I'm just gonna put 150. And how about insurance?
1,300.
1,300 a month. All right. And licensing, we're gonna skip it. I don't know what you'll say. All right. Fuel. What are you paying fuel a month? Where are you driving?
I do a day.
You do
500 a day.
500 in fuel a day.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, Jay, my truck's getting about 4.5 miles a gallon, so it drinks that stuff.
500. I'm just gonna put 20. This is gonna be nuts. 10,000. Really? 10,000 a month? Hey, that's 5,000 a month for 36 months. He did say five. You said 5,000 a month.
Right.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Trailer. Thank you. Whew. Man, you threw me off, JD. Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay, so you've got tires. How much you paying in tires a month on that? Couple grand?
No. Shoot, no. Probably about every third or fourth month I might throw a tire on there, but I don't. What you need to do on that, Jay, is just do a maintenance column. And I can't see your spreadsheet right now because I've been out there working and got on the deal. But you got a column there for maintenance?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, tires would fall into maintenance, wouldn't it?
Sure, you can. I mean, some people split it up, but yeah. Tires, maintenance, tools,
Right.
whatever.
I throw in there about $2,000 a month.
2 grand a month. All right. So I'm just going to leave you as a 0 there so we can calculate it. Now, where you drive, do you have tolls?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I do.
What are you paying in tolls a month?
I don't pay them because I put a car over the top, right? What I did was I went and bought one of them tags for your cars. You know, they read the readers on there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if you
sure.
put a car on there and you go underneath it, it can't read. They don't even say nothing.
That's a pretty good
Put a car on
idea.
the back bottom and it covers up my plate on my trailer, okay? I got a car on the top of the hood and it can't read that deal, so I don't really pay a lot in tolls.
So your 9 car helps you pay for your expenses.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. All right.
And I got a pre-pass too.
You got a
You know,
pre-pass.
if you do that,
Sure,
that's
sure.
about $50, $60, $80 a month, I think. I can't remember right now. It's under 100.
All right, I'll put 80. I'll put 80 with the pre-pass. So really, because what happens if they try to pull you over at a scale? What happens?
What do you mean? I
Well,
don't even stop.
you don't even stop,
Yeah.
right? Okay, good.
Yeah, right.
How you doing on food, JD?
Food?
Yeah, you eating on the road or where do you eat? What do you eat? I don't know. Where do you eat?
to a lot of tobacco and coffee and
That's what I
water.
figured. You probably,
That's all a guy needs, really.
you're probably what they call like sinewy, right? You're just tendons and lizard skin.
I'll eat when I get done.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly.
But I'm not done yet, so I just keep going until I'm done.
Right. All right, I'm just gonna put $100.
Okay, that's good.
You got a cell phone?
I do. I
Yeah,
do.
okay, right, because you're on your cell phone. I'm gonna put $100.
Yeah.
You how much?
Okay.
Well, how much you paying for your ELD?
Well, you always ask me that. I always tell you I don't know.
No. I'm gonna put a 0. I know you. You don't. You're not on ELD.
I know.
Do you have an office? Do you pay anybody to help you in the office, or is that all you?
Right now, it's just on me.
Yeah, I figured. Do you use any software, or is everything paper with you?
I do paper.
Yeah, I knew it. Do you pay for Central Dispatch, or what? You probably use somebody else's account?
Yeah, I definitely.
I knew that. And how about a dispatcher? You paying a dispatcher?
No.
Yeah, I knew that too. I knew it. And what about IFTA? You ever settle up with IFTA?
Well,
you
sure.
Sure, yeah. What would you put IFTA as a line item, or would you not?
Well, you probably should.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I would.
What would you put is a monthly IFTA expense?
Right. Well, I don't even know. What do you think?
Man, I
I'm
don't know.
running about 2,000 miles a week. Probably put in there about 500.
Let's see here. Yeah, right, because they vary. I'll just put in. That sounds a little high. 500 sounds a little high, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll put 350. I'll put 350.
Well, I'll split it with you and go 250.
250. You'll split it with me. That's mighty nice of you, JD. All right, so we've got. Let's go ahead and on my spreadsheet here. We're gonna use the. Do you know how to use Spreadsheet on Google Drive?
At JD Ufala Fuala. No.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Well, I'm gonna do it for you here. So I'm gonna hit the. Dang it. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the Sigma. Then I select the cells that I want to add, and then I hit Enter. All right, we're at about 24,000 a month of the expenses that you just said.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right, and how many miles are you driving? If it varies on weight.
I run about 2,000 a week average.
So 2,000. So we're gonna say 8,000 miles a month. So we're gonna say miles per month. Okay, this is monthly expenses. And then we're gonna say, okay, then this is expenses per mile, which I'm just gonna say it to be. What am I? If I say that, what am I being? Specific, right?
What are you saying?
Okay. So 23. Let's see. We got. Okay. So we've got 23,000 miles. I mean $23,000. Oh yeah, this should be a $sign. There we go. And we got 8,000 miles. So we're gonna say our dollars divided by our miles. Ah, dang it! I did it the opposite way. We've got our we've got our miles divided by our dollars, and we're at 33 cents a mile in expenses that we've calculated.
Okay, now what's that come up to with all your other gang members?
Well, I got to get to those guys. That's why I wanted to at least, since you called me at a pretty good time, really. I just added you to the spreadsheet. So why don't you do this, JD? why don't you, let me get back to Hotshot Dave. I'm going to keep going with him, and then let's see how all of our numbers shake out. How's that sound to you?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, Hotshot Dave, he wants to try to beat my numbers. Good luck.
It's not a contest. It's not
I'm a badass.
Yeah, well, we know that, JD.
Okay.
Nobody's trying to compete with you. We're not going to try to do that.
Something. If you don't beat your cat, I'll have my wife come over there and straighten your ass out.
It's a family show, JD.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, feed the cat. Bye.
All right, man. See ya. JD, once again. We haven't heard from him in a while. That was pretty interesting. Let me call Dave back. And Brian, because of that, Brian, you're going to be delayed about another 10 or 15 minutes, so hang in there for me. Okay, but that was interesting.
So where can I meet JD?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, dude, I love it. I can't see the show now. My tablet died. So.
Okay. That's okay.
All right.
That's okay.
Something's not right there.
Well, there's a lot.
Well, wait. He drives 8,000 miles a month, divided by 23,000, and you got 33 cents a mile.
I agree with you. That seems low.
Yeah. What's 23,000 divided by 8,000? Or vice versa. Whatever.
Well, and that's the one I did originally, and it seemed too high. But I agree with you. It doesn't seem right. So let's go back. Besides, JD doesn't need my calculations anyways. All right, we got our money divided by 8,000 miles. So you think his cost is $2.99 a mile, right?
His truck costs about $2.87 a mile to operate.
Right, because I mean his payments are so high.
No, his payments are normal.
Oh, really? That is normal? God, that seems high.
Dude, you're talking about a $350,000 truck.
Okay, those numbers end though at the end of 3 years, though, right? I mean, that's going to go down significantly over time.
No, it's just like a regular car payment.
Oh my gosh!
For 3 years, he pays $5,000 a month.
Man, and you know what? You know what's crazy is because if you look on, and I know, as I say, you don't want to eat off Central Dispatch your whole life. And
right.
And that's not against Central. That's just against load boards. You don't want to eat off load boards your whole life because when you see full loads, I mean, you could see a full load out there. I want to make sure I get this number right, but 9 cars at 30 cents a car. Even if it's 32 cents a car, I mean, you're barely breaking even. Right?
Right.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
Because if you're,
I honestly,
wow.
I don't think you don't see the new trucks running off load boards. The new trucks are running brand new cars.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, for a while I was working for a broker doing all new cars local. Man, I was killing it.
Okay.
But
check this out. Vinny says the 5,000 includes the truck and trailer, which in my mind would make more sense. But I mean, it
would make more sense.
It would make more sense.
You don't know how he did it. He could have bought a truck and trailer and then bought another truck. You know what I mean? We just don't know.
Yeah, no doubt.
But $5,000 should be, like Vinny said, it should be both.
Okay, and we got another comment. The original tweeter, Auto Transport, and I know your name because we talked before. I can't remember your name. It threw me off with that original tweeter, Auto Transport name. But yeah, he says $3 a mile is... Oh, we got somebody that just disagrees entirely with JD. Well, that wouldn't be a first. But $3 a mile in expenses. Because ultimately, what we're getting at here, Dave, is that
so somebody's saying his expenses are wrong?
I think she might be talking about just in general in life. But his expenses could be correct. I mean, It's hard to.
Okay, Ziggy's a no-nonsense, no BS type of guy.
Okay, and Ziggy's at 5 and 5. Okay.
Ziggy's expenses are $280 a mile for a truck.
Okay. Okay, and that's in range with what we're talking here with JD. So.
Right, and you got to think them guys, they're pulling in 10 or 15 G's a week with a truck. They're not like us making 5, 6, 7 grand a month a week on a truck.
Right.
You know, they're all in the mail and making money.
So,
I mean, and the numbers are so big that people think they're not real. Their numbers to us are like my wife, when I first got in this business, when I laid my numbers out to her, she's like, there's no way. That money don't even exist. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's where you're at. You get to different levels. You know, if everybody that starts this, they don't believe the numbers are what they are, you know?
Okay, and James is saying, but it is a 36-month note.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So let's do this. I mean, I think we have sufficiently looked at expenses per month because we want to get to cost per mile. So I'm going to add up your monthly. All right. I'm going to do Sigma. And and thanks for holding while we took JD's call there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
So I got.
The whole time this week.
All right, I got 8.
Oh,
yeah, I know. I appreciate it. All right, so wait, that wasn't you. So let's do. Well, now, what we didn't talk about. What about ELD and office stuff? You're going to include that, aren't you?
Well.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to your spreadsheet. Enough of that. Let's go to your spreadsheet. Okay, so now what I did was Dave gave me a trucking cost per mile spreadsheet, and I've now pulled that up. So we're moving beyond my company expenses gathered. We're going to move on to Dave's finished cost per mile. So you're going to guide us through what we're looking here, okay? What we're looking at. So you've got your monthly fixed costs, insurance, plates, business expenses at $3,000.
Yep.
You've got your daily cost, that'd be variable cost at $120.
$120 a day.
Okay, so it gives you plus you got your fuel cost per month of $46.76. Fuel cost per month, and then you've got vehicle cost per month. So where's your total monthly expenses? Is that on this list?
Okay, so hold on, I'm trying to turn another phone on so I can explain this to you.
Okay.
So what you do, go over to the left-hand column, okay, and you see tires, there's a price. And then it says tire life.
Yeah.
That's a number.
Yeah.
Okay? Everything is broken down per mile. So if I spend $500 on the tires, I spend $500 on the tires, and then I break that down per mile. That gives me 5 cents a mile on tires. Or 0.05, whatever it says.
Right. Okay. Okay, I'm with you. So like tires, you're at 0.02, so you're at 2 cents a mile.
Right.
Okay. And so your spreadsheet's set up a little different than mine. So I guess what I'm curious.
All based on miles and formula.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, and that's pretty cool. I'm going to do this. You know, what's interesting is, since we're looking at different ways of calculating, George, who I mentioned before, he's also talking about considering not only cents per mile, but including deadhead miles. So do you?
You have to.
Exactly. That's what George said. Actually, and that's what led George to telling me that I had to talk about this in a show because not only do you have to include deadhead miles, but ultimately you have to include life expenses. I mean, you'll see, right? It's not just the expense of your truck and you break even and then you go home. You've got to cover the cost. I mean, you've got to cover the cost really of everything. Think about your house payment and what other stuff. So where we go from monthly expenses of a truck down to truck expense per mile, then if like with JD, if I add another, like he's got life expenses of, let's say, $5,000 a month. Now I've got.
You can't count that as your cost per mile.
Not for your.
Comes out of, that's your money. Like, that has nothing to do with the business. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right.
That comes out of what you pay yourself, which is not on any of these expense sheets.
Well, and that's my point.
You've got to pay yourself.
That's right. Whether you want to call it salary or whether you want to call it life, let's call it salary. Let's say salary-wise, let's say as a salary, a reasonable salary would be what? I don't know, 40,000, 50,000 a year?
I pay myself 25% of the living. Just like any other driver.
Okay. So, what if I did, how about this? Let's see, I've seen the number 35,000 sometimes. That's a good conservative number. So I'm going to do this. Salary 3,000. I'm just going to say that. Okay? I'm going to say salary 3,000 a month. So if you take total, like let's say total, total cost per mile, like absolute, this covers the truck, this covers my life. Let's see where we're at here. We're going to do this. We're going to do our trucking cost. Ah, dang it. I hate it when you get that. Okay. I told you this would be an accounting class. We're going to do trucking cost. Let's see here. 23,000. Okay, so this is also a dollar amount. Let's see here. Going to do a dollar amount.
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I'm listening to you.
I'm here too. All right, so here we go. We're going to do our monthly trucking plus our salary divided by our miles per month. No, dang it, that didn't work. I think I need to add it and then do it. So, here we go. Still better than a chalkboard. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah?
Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, I hate to do this. I had my driver calling. Can you hold on 1 minute?
Yeah, sure. Hey, man, this is live. We're live, man. Okay, so we're doing total expenses. So we're going to do... You guys in the chat still with me here? Ratio of total miles, loaded miles. Exactly. It's crazy. So let's do... All right, so we're going to do this number. And thanks for joining me, Stan. We're going to do... okay, this equals this cell plus this cell equals. Okay, and then now this is going to equal this cell divided by this cell equals. Okay, 337 per mile. That includes the cost of the trucking business and my salary divided by the number of miles I moved. So when we then begin to consider deadhead miles, because there's always deadhead miles, you're not loaded every mile that you drive, right? This is why I don't do accounting for a business. It's tedious. Let's see here. Let me see what some of your comments are. 10-4. Okay. I don't have the equipment. Let's see. You even have active insurance, DOT number, in the free trial. This is break-even cost. This is break-even cost. Absolutely. Let's see here. Or a tax ID, get a CD. I almost want to Venmo someone $50 just to have access to their central account, only to look at it. Louis, I'm telling you, if Central Dispatch does watch this show, which is now a possibility, please, Central Dispatch, give drivers a sandbox to play in, where they can just play. Maybe they can just see loads. Maybe they can actually call loads. And maybe there's, I don't know, some kind of control over it. I don't know. They can only do 100 searches or whatever it is. But please give new folks an opportunity to learn Central Dispatch without having to call me and then me try and help and do searches. I don't mind doing it, but don't you guys, let's do that calculation again. Since we're doing, let's do Central Dispatch millions per subscriber. If you've got 10,000 carriers all paying $115 a month, that's $1 million a month. And at $1 million a month times 12 months, that's $13 million a year in carrier Central Dispatch monthly subscription annual revenue. Is that enough to pay for a kiddie sandbox for us to play in? Please? Okay, thanks, Louie. Yeah, you can send him an email. I'll do some searches. Yeah, man, we're all willing to help you out. Absolutely. I suggest that in a recent survey. Good call, guys. Hotel fees. Hotel fees. Good call. That is a good call. I would imagine they'd sell a lot of subscription if it was like $12.99 a month. Oh, please, Jacob. $12.99 a month?
Hey, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm here.
That's the 80s. I'm kidding, Jacob. That was the 80s. We missed that. All right, so what's that?
I'm back.
Oh, cool, man. So actually, somebody just said.
I think we're moving companies. How about that?
Oh, we are a moving company. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love when people follow directions, man. It's great. My driver's great. If I tell him don't touch it, he ain't touching it.
That is good.
It's wonderful.
Anyway. Isn't it funny that just a sidebar, the difference between when you're working for somebody, you have all these different fears, and then when you're employing somebody, you have a whole new set of fears.
Oh, man, yeah. Especially doing this, because it's not like they come into the office or every day. You're trusting somebody's judgment, and it's crazy.
It is. So, I'm really glad to hear that's working out. That's awesome, man.
So what do you got going on, Jay?
All right. Yeah. So here we go. Jacob says that they can make the Central Dispatch Kitty Sandbox for $12.99 a month.
Central Dispatch is not doing anything that doesn't. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense to them. Which I get it, but and you got to look at it. Are you going to haul a car for free just so they make sure you work out? Are you going to dispatch for free just to make sure they like your services? It's.
I like how you've compared.
It's a catch-22.
I like how you've compared our meager wages to the 13 million annual revenue. Yeah, no gray area in there. You could park a 9 car in that gray area, by the way.
I'm just
it's hilarious.
Putting it out there.
Yeah. Hey, what about lodging? That was a good Louis.
Lodging.
Yeah, do you have any lodging?
It costs
Jayla.
$7 a night, maybe $8 now to legal my truck.
Oh, how about parking? Huh? Right?
About what?
Parking.
Yeah, well,
Parking is now
yeah, but
a factor.
I put that into my other expenses, but yeah, you can do that too.
Like, I mean, you could spend a couple hundred a month in parking, couldn't you?
Oh, easy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put 200 in parking, and I'm gonna put. How about lodging? I'm gonna put. Gosh, I don't know, man.
Well, well,
Should lodging and parking be the same line item?
yeah, I mean, you could call it 200 a month and be safe. I think.
I'll just do lodging and parking because that
I
is
mean,
the same
lodging
thing.
and parking.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Okay, so what I did with JD was, let's go ahead and zoom in here. And I like calling it salary instead of life expenses. That's a better way to do it business-wise. So JD's monthly expenses 24,000. He has a $3,000 salary, so his total expense is 27,000 a month, which puts his break-even cost per mile at $3.39 a mile. And that's at 8,000 miles.
Yeah, that's about right. And that's probably low, but yeah.
Right. Well, and if we talk about deadhead miles, if we add in deadhead miles, that number's going to go up a little bit more.
Well, no, that deadhead, that's not 10,000. He doesn't do 2,000 loaded miles. I don't do 10,000 loaded miles either. I do 10,000 total miles.
Okay, so you are calculating total miles.
I calculate odometer miles.
Okay. Okay, good. That's good.
I don't need PC miler, none of that. Whatever's on the Odo is what I have to pay for.
Okay, but I think if George was with us tonight, and I'm pretty sure he's unable to join the show when I do the live show. But I think what he's talking about when he talks about deadhead miles is now if you're a dispatcher and you've heard all this and like yeah, cost per mile, whatever. And let me tell you something. I want to say this. I used to say that. All right, when I was a green dispatcher and I was on Central Dispatch and just looking for loads and freaking out, I was looking at what's a great paying load, what's a great cents per mile. I don't really care about tolls and whatnot. Okay? I mean, that's real. And that's one of the reasons I do the show, because I've realized how much more there is to it. Like anything else.
There are so many people that run their business like that.
I know.
Like, they say, I don't run for no less than $4 a mile. They don't even talk loaded miles.
Right.
Or they don't even talk deadhead miles. If people knew their true numbers, they would be disgusting.
Well,
I run all miles I get. Probably, if I get $1.70 all miles, I'm happy. I mean, because you're looking right there at what I really pay per mile, empty and loaded. My sheet tells me all that. And I make my drivers keep up with that too. Like, because I can't dispatch you if I don't know what you make or pay per mile. How am I going to dispatch you?
well, I'll tell you the more I know about cost per mile, the more discouraging it is to be a dispatcher looking at loads on these load boards. I mean,
Yep.
It blows. And trying to relate this information to the brokers, oh man, in one ear and out the other. I mean, literally,
They don't care.
They don't
Hey,
care, man. Oh my gosh.
In the last 3
Wow.
weeks, no BS, I have cut off 3 of my biggest customers. I have no choice.
3 of your biggest, say that again, 3 of your biggest what?
3 of they were my best customers.
Really?
They're decent, big brokers. They won't move on price. I'm now paying $3.80 a gallon for fuel, but yet they're not willing to give me no more than 55 cents a mile on the car. the brokers on Central Dispatch, whether you realize it or not, they pay more. That load board is nothing like it used to be.
Well, and you know what's interesting when you say that? Did you see the spike a few weeks ago on Central Dispatch?
Of what?
Cents per mile?
Oh, yeah, it's up to 70 to 80 cents a mile now.
And you're talking about what area? The Midwest, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I booked, my driver went from Michigan down to New Mexico at 90 cents a mile per car. That's an 1,800 mile run. He got paid 90 cents a mile per car. I mean, and you tell me
Yeah.
the market's dead and they're not paying.
Well, and like...
No, they're paying because they don't have a choice.
Well, right. I mean, and there's still a lot of lowballers, but I think...
Oh, there is.
But like this, I just pulled up Bakersfield to Tyler, Texas, a sedan, 71 cents a mile. That's good,
But-
man.
but
I didn't see that a year ago.
If you notice, it's the long hauls that went up. Well, why do you think that is? Because everybody that was doing the cheap long hauls are scared of ELDs and they're now local.
Oh, that's a good point.
They're now doing the cheap local.
Yeah.
I had to go back over the road because the money over the road, there was a time when if I made $100 an hour driving time, I was happy. Now, you know, you can get $150 to $175 an hour drive time. You know, from the time you drive, you load up. If you're driving 1,400 miles, and I was getting $1,400, I was happy. Them days are gone.
I've got a load on my screen right now. I told Kevin today, you'll make note of the brokers that do not follow the trends. You'll remember them.
Do what?
You'll
Yeah.
you'll remember the brokers. There are going to be some brokers that do not care about all the factors of reality, and they will post whatever they want.
Right, and where are they from? 90% of them. Yeah.
You know, I gave that up a long time ago.
It is what it is, though. It's still what it is.
Oh, man.
Yep.
And there are other brokers that you don't have to educate every time you call.
Good, and it's great.
It is great.
Hey, you want to hear a mess? Post a truck in Pennsylvania. Just post one of your trucks. You want to hear some nonsense?
Oh,
Do that.
and then you get a bunch of phone calls?
Jay, I'll put a truck on there saying it's going to the Midwest out of Pennsylvania. Don't call me talking about I got cars going to Florida.
Oh, I have
You're
noticed that.
crazy.
I get phone calls. One of my drivers that I work with posts his truck. I think it's great. But I get the craziest phone calls. Like, the truck's not posted. Although, what it is the truck, they'll call, the truck is located in the pickup state. But the states they're calling for delivery have nothing to do with what we're doing.
Right.
That's what you're talking about, right?
That's exactly what I'm talking
It
about.
is.
They're nuts.
It is. It's weird. I agree.
They truly believe we do what they say and we'll put our truck wherever. You know, and they call so desperately, but yet they act like we're the desperate ones.
You know, it is funny. I did get a call today, and it sounded like they were telling a secret. Like, hey, we have a car in Iowa. You know, like, okay, what's the secret?
Right.
It is. You know what I wanted to do was I pulled up. Okay, let's say we're looking for JD. 9 cars, LA to Houston. Here it is, 9 cars, 40 cents a mile. And if his break even is 340 a mile, he could actually do this load and make the money he needs. That's pretty cool. On a load board, no less.
But who wants to break even now?
Well, no, he's not gonna. He's gonna make 60 cents a mile.
Okay.
He's gonna make 60 cents a mile at the rate posted. I think it's a. I don't want to say the broker's name, but I think that's a dealership. I think the larger brokers are going to hurt him on his rate.
Oh, the broker I was working for, he told me straight up, if I book you 6 cars and you run them 3 at a time, or 9 cars, you're going to make less than if I book you 3 loads.
But I gotta, man.
I said, why is that? He said, the system won't let me pay you that much money on a 9-car load.
I have got to say, what I'm looking at right now, I did 7 to 10 vehicles, California to the south, and I'm seeing way more good paying full loads than I've ever seen before.
Dude, the market.
Wow.
You'll have 15 new trucks tomorrow. You're going to have them anyway. But, yeah, I mean, market's on fire if you're not scared.
And,
you know, like,
and
it's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to sit on a half-loaded truck. Okay, so
this is awesome.
I'm running a 3-car wedge. I find 2 cars paying 80 cents a mile to pick up tomorrow. So what do? Do you book the 2 and then wait? Or do you book 2 and then take a cheap one? You book 2 and wait. And I guarantee you another 80 cents a mile coming up.
I love that you said that. Yes, that is an absolute dispatch technique, and where I will, it's like sitting on the dock, and I'm waiting to lower the good bait into the water because I know there's a good fish coming.
But you can't tell the drivers that.
I know.
It is a shame, but you can't tell them.
They're like, well, what am I going to do? I'm not booked yet. I mean, I'm just going to park the truck. And it's like, hold on.
You ain't even picked up your first 2 yet. What are you worried about? You know?
But you can't do that in all areas. But just as I say that, you never know what's going to pop up. It's amazing.
Right. I left Minnesota last week, and I left Minnesota with 1 car. I picked up 1 in Wisconsin and 1 in Ohio. The Wisconsin and Ohio pay just as much as Minnesota. Walk the load board and don't be scared.
On that note, let's bring in Brian, okay?
All right.
Hang on 1 second. Okay, so we're going to bring in Brian and do some hot shot training. This is a perfect time. I think that's what we're doing. Dang it, Jay. Where's our map at? There we go. Is he still with us? Are we still doing this? Oh, man. Detroit to Long Island was paying really good. Nobody looks at Detroit to Long Island. It better pay good. About 3 weeks ago. How high was it? Talking a few bucks a mile? Detroit to anywhere but out west. Oh man. Yeah, I love like Detroit to man, that's a loud ringer. Detroit to like I'll do like Oklahoma, Texas, basically the south. I love Detroit to the south.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic.
Well, that went well. Hey.
Hey.
He didn't answer. He's 0 for 2 today.
What's that?
He's 0 for 2. That's twice I've called him and I can't reach him. I try him one more time. Hang on 1 sec. What you doing, honey? Oh, watching a guy dial a phone. Thank you guys for sticking around.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, we're here. Is everybody here?
There he is.
All
I'm
right.
here. There he is.
All right. Okay, so it's time for s'mores. Everybody get your graham crackers.
Yeah. Yeah. How are the animal crackers?
Oh yeah. So okay, that was weird. So anyways, okay, so welcome to the show, Brian. We got Brian. You're in Bakersfield, right?
Yeah, I'm heading out of California now.
All right, and obviously we still have Hotshot Dave on the phone. And so, what is it? What are we going to talk about, gentlemen?
What's that?
Well, how about this? How about this? Let me start.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, hey, Brian, have you been watching the show? That would be no.
Actually, I've been, thank God, but I've been so busy lately.
Yeah. Are you driving?
I haven't had a chance, but
Are you driving right now?
Yeah.
You're driving right now. That's cool.
I do watch your show.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So, wrong answer.
Honestly.
I'm kidding. Yeah. No. Oh, sure. Listen, man. We were talking about cost per mile. Okay.
Right.
Cost per mile. And what size trailer do you have?
I have, I got a flatbed gooseneck. It's 35 with 8 on top, so I'm 43 total.
Okay, so you're basically hauling. Well, that's why you're Hotshot. You're doing a mix of vehicles and freight, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't want to limit myself, so
that's cool. That's cool.
I mean, sometimes freight pays better, sometimes vehicles pay better. And that's how it is, with this market, this industry, everything's up and down and fluctuates, and you got to get in where you fit in,
Yeah, for sure. You got to get in where you fit in. That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, have you looked at your cost per mile? Have you ever done that calculation?
Well, I know my fixed cost per mile.
Okay, that's good.
And that's right around 3,000. That's aside from fuel. That's aside, that's just my bills.
Right.
And,
Okay.
my insurance, truck payment, stuff like that.
All right.
Bills
So
I know that are going to pay there.
exactly. Okay.
But
So
it depends on, like for instance, this run, I spent $1,200 on fuel coming out here.
and that was just
Typically, I run northeast, southeast, Midwest, but I came all the way this time.
okay. So what do you think you're spending in fuel a month?
A month, if I stay in my region, even to the Midwest, I mean, a month I spend maybe close to 5,000. And that's just like in my 6 state surroundings.
And quick.
And I typically take off on the weekends. It's just me and the wife and kids, and I'm not trying to get rich. I don't think anybody's gonna get rich.
Oh yeah, no,
But
those.
you can live comfortably.
Yeah,
You can live comfortably.
yeah, yeah. You can live comfortably. Hey, question. We got a question in the chat line. You said 43 foot gooseneck. What brand do you have?
PJ all the way.
PJ. All right, PJ.
Heard me, hot shot.
Here's one. Cool Newt. Anyone using factoring? I hear that car haulers can't get factoring companies. Anybody can?
Not true.
Not true. You? Oh, is that right?
Because I do the freight, I am with a factoring company only because, a lot of these freight companies, it's net 30, net 45.
Right, but
you can't wait that long all the time.
I know, but car haulers, companies that are straight up car haulers are having trouble getting factoring companies.
Yeah, well, I got a few loads off the Central.
I mean, because, you know, everybody's on Central, all kinds of brokers,
Yeah.
and, you know,
Yeah.
whatnot. But I've had a couple that I asked. I said, you know, are you factorable? And they said, yeah, you know, we have people that we send the money to the factoring company, yeah.
So,
So-
okay, so you pay Central Dispatch, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
okay, and I know, like, I've heard that I mean, using a factoring company, that's working for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't take much. I mean, it's really a fraction, a couple percent.
That's pretty good for having your money right away. That's probably better than managing credit.
Less than the brokers do.
Plus, you know, I get a maintenance program, a discount fuel program. The
Nice.
fuel card, I save 20 to 30 cents per gallon. I mean,
Wow.
that's unbeatable right there. At the pump, I always get the cash price plus average, maybe say 20 cents off per gallon.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
that's huge when you're talking $5,000 a month.
No
you know?
doubt. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
20%. That's $500. I mean,
There you
shoot,
go.
that's $1,000. Oh my gosh. How about your ELD? Are you running? You're running an ELD, right?
Yeah, keep trucking.
Keep trucking. So what do they cost a month?
I did the year, and I did the one that has the IFTA already, like, so I don't have to, I just print it out and, you know,
Now
do
that-
the thing, send it in.
That's a good idea, man.
It's worth, yeah, it's worth it. I think it was like $27 a month,
Yeah.
or $270 for the year, or $360.
I'm just gonna put 25. Good call, man. Very good call. If I was gonna endorse an ELD, that might be the one I endorse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. How about food? What are you paying in food? Can you give that?
Food?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm a
Keep
truck
trucking.
stop, a truck stop junkie, so you know, every time I get fuel, I go in, I get, you know, a snack, a soda, you know. Hot shot will tell you, I'm always eating.
There's beef jerky around every corner. Keep trucking.
But, you know,
Okay.
I try to keep it low. I mean, that's probably about $200 a week. Because I'm not buying meals, I'm not getting combos, and, you know, like the combo value meals and stuff like that. I'll pack sandwiches. You know, I grew up going to the beach, you know, and we always pack sandwiches and stuff. So, you know, I'll buy stuff at Walmart, lunch meat, pack sandwiches for the road, you know, and I pretty much get by on that most of the time. You get sick of it, you know, so here and there I'll grab stuff, but about $200 a week.
All right. Cool. So 200 a week. So. By the way, I talked to someone at RTS Financial, which is a factoring company. You ever heard of them?
No, I can't say that I have.
So,
It was.
RTS Financial, they were really nice. I had a really good conversation with them.
I haven't heard. I mean,
So-
I don't know much about factories anyway, but
Well, that's because we're in car hauling.
yeah, I'm still paying 3 to 5% for quick pay. I don't get the benefit of.
Oh, I know. Some of those quick pay fees are, ComCheck
Yeah.
fees. Bad mojo. Whew.
And
Okay.
that's another
Oh.
beauty of the factoring company I'm with. I can choose how they disperse it. I can say, hey, give me $500 on my fuel card, give me $200 in a ComCheck, and direct deposit the rest of it to my bank account.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Also
So,
less than you would typically pay for a quick pay.
let's do this, man. Tires. Could you give a tire estimate per month?
Per month, I try to just take out like a couple cents per dollar for, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I got good tires on here now. I haven't been running long enough to go through them. I've only been running about 2 months now.
All right. Yeah.
You know, so I try to divvy out, you know, so many cents per dollar for that.
All right. So,
Hopefully, you know.
So right now, I'm just, ooh, it doesn't like that. Okay, so I gotta put some, I'm gonna put some zeros in here so I can get a value for you. So, and then we're gonna raise
Say,
it.
say
Yeah.
probably maybe $100 a month for tires. I'm not taking a lot out for that. It's usually all just maintenance together. I figure like 15 cents per mile or per dollar, however you want to figure it. You can do it two ways for maintenance.
All right. So if we just round it off, maybe we could get your expenses to be somewhere around 10,000 a month. Maybe.
Yeah, with fixed and variable.
Yeah. So I mean, if you were at 10,000 a month for trucking expenses, we're somewhere close, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I think I'm a little under that. I'm thinking more along like 8. But,
okay.
But yeah, let's go with 10. And
That way we're
averaging
yeah.
35 to 55 a week. So,
Okay. Okay. So then, and if we, how many miles are you doing a month, do you think?
man, probably about.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that had included. Yeah. But Jesus, 20,000 maybe. uh,
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Yeah. It's somewhere in the ballpark of 15. Probably high 15.
So if we took your expenses of 10,000 a month divided by 20,000 miles, which seems, could be a little lopsided, but that's okay. It gives us a starting point, and I want to stress that. If you're watching this video, whether you're live, whether you're on demand, if you made it here, if you just skipped around and suddenly found this part, the purpose of this is to begin the process of thinking in a manner of monthly expenses and cost per mile, because like we all know, when we talk to the accountant once a year and we try to forget about it the rest of the year, the day we talk to the accountant and we have to scrounge up our shoe boxes of receipts and our notepads and we're freaking out, we hate the fact that we waited till that day. So hopefully we stop doing that. It's not like you only diet one day a year and you go, right, it's Bonbons 364, right? You try to practice some discipline. And I mean, it's funny, in doing this, I mean, this is good for me too. Like, I'm thinking about my own expenses and, profitability. And so that's really the whole idea here. So, it's not to scrutinize you and put on the plastic gloves and all that. What's that?
Until you actually get going and you get a routine and you see where you're going to run or how you're going to run, which days you're going to run. You could sit there with pen and paper all day, but you might go out to the West Coast and, from the East Coast and be like, man, I love this. I'm going to do it once a week. Well, guess what, buddy? Your shit just went through the roof.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's expensive.
And
as opposed to, running local or within 1,000 miles even.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is, and this is a tough business to run by numbers, because, I mean, you're just, when you look at the load boards and you're chasing loads, I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, suddenly, we're going to go to Mississippi. No, wait, we're going to Idaho. It's like.
Right.
Yeah.
You figure, if you're taking a 4-day run out and a 4-day run back, are you sleeping in the truck the whole time, or are you going to want to treat yourself one night and get a hotel? That's going to add up.
That's right.
Truck stop showers. I mean, if you don't have a loyalty card, you're paying for showers. You're paying for, So the loyalty cards really help. I think loyalty cards, any way you can save money. Fuel cards. A lot of times you can't get approved for the credit, but you can do a prepaid. Or a factoring, something like that. maintenance programs. They offer all kinds of stuff, incentives, 20%, 15% off on tires. Stuff like that. It really helps. It adds up,
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that. That's right. Because once you understand your expenses, if you can begin to lower your expenses, that's exactly what you're talking about. It's totally true.
Yep.
Yeah. I love to watch The Profit, which is a TV show, where this guy goes in and he looks at profit and loss statements and helps clean up failing businesses. And when you start to think of how to lower costs and raise revenue and margins, I mean,
yeah.
It's pretty incredible what you can do.
And you see the transformation within yourself, too, and your company,
Right.
Once you start actually doing it and saying, oh, you know what? I can do this and I'll save that. And, you start figuring stuff. Your brain starts working different and you look at things differently.
That's right. It's in fact, instead of like you get the envelope and you peek in and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, you save money by, going to Harbor Freight and buying something and you kick yourself the whole rest of the way for not just spending the extra.
Harbor
I
Freight.
was talking to Hot Shot the whole way here. I had a tarp load and I needed extra bungees. So I just stopped at Harbor Freight. I'm like, man, I'm not spending an extra $1 something per bungee, at the truck stop or anywhere else, But, man, I paid for it the whole way. They were snapping and popping, and I ended up buying them at the truck stop.
Right.
And more.
After blowing money on garbage.
Yeah.
That's
just
right.
Do it right the first time.
That's right. Do it right the first time. Hey, here's the question. What fuel card are you using? And you said it's with your factoring company, right?
Yeah.
Which is...
Yeah, I'm with Apex Factoring.
Apex Factoring.
Apex is phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal. I love Apex.
That is...
It's great. I have an account executive that I deal with directly. No automated anything. I dial the number. She says, hello, Bryden. It's really one-on-one,
Wow, that's
I need
cool.
something prepared. So,
okay,
yeah,
Apex
it's
Financial. Cool.
Give me updates on when my money's posted, when it'll be funded. I can do the factoring on my phone or the mobile app. I mean, it's awesome. But the fuel card is TransConnect. The EFS PCH fuel card.
TransConnect fuel card. Okay,
Yeah.
that comes up too. So that's who they partner with, and you have a TransConnect fuel card. Cool. And you don't need payment services because everything runs through Apex, right? Like
I said, I can have them. When I dropped this one load, I said, here, put $1,500 in a fuel card, the rest in my bank account.
All right. I want to take a side note and thank Ernest again for his generosity. Ernest, if there's something I can do for you, please send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Just send me an email. If you want to come on the show, whatever it is that I can do for you, please let me know, okay? I really, really appreciate you when you join the show, and I appreciate your generosity. And I'm going to take this moment also to thank everyone. We're not leaving yet, but I want to thank everyone that joins the show, that watches, that chats, for your likes and for your shares. I like the Facebook participation I get and the YouTube participation. I couldn't be happier with what's happening with this channel. It's really awesome. So I want to thank everybody right now for helping make that happen. It's exceeding my expectations. So I want to say that I appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh, we got another. Let's see. We got another comment. Oh, Ernest wants a shot of Kool-Aid. Okay, man.
The what? Yeah. Hello?
Thank you, Ernest, so much. That was
you're
good.
there, Dave. I hear
Okay, I'm here, man. I do 100% of my fueling at Love's, getting 4 cents a gallon worth of points. Diamond status. Ooh. Free showers, free drinks. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Hello.
Yeah, that sounds. And you know what? Love's is a good one. I like Love's. I like their beef jerky too.
Love's is
Cool.
It depends on how big your fuel tank is. Like, at Love's in PA, I get shafted because I only have a 32-gallon tank. They don't give me credit for half tanks like Pilot Tank and Pilot.
But you know what? But you know what, Hotshot? You can, if you get 2 full tanks in a day, because it's 50 gallons. I think their minimum is 50 gallons. You get free showers, stuff like. If you do it in a day, I think you can take both receipts in, and they'll credit you.
No, they told me I had to do it at once. I don't know. I may be wrong, but I only tried it once and then didn't like the outcome, so I didn't do it again. But, Pilot,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean, spend, I think it's 20 gallons or 25 gallons, they give you half the credit. So,
Yeah, I just pulled up Love's. Love's, you find Love's in the Midwest, don't you? Like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Yes, yes.
Brian says that you're good. Brian says that Hotshot Dave likes Love's because you can siphon fuel easier there.
hey, I'll find my Brian to just sit on the couch and eat bonbons.
Oh.
Bonbon Brian. That's his name.
How about anyone install a decent auxiliary tank?
Oh, Hotshot. Were we talking about this the other day? Man.
Yeah,
You know, me and him talk regularly. I said, man, I'm done. I'm done. I can't deal with it anymore. I need an auxiliary tank, especially driving through the desert.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, no doubt.
You know, wide open country, no man's land, you know. So there's a place called the Dooley Depot, and I'm hitting it on the way home. It's in Indiana, and
Yeah, right
they're
here.
going to install. Yeah, right? And they said they'll have me in and out in 3 hours, back on the road. They said it's a regular thing for them. They install the auxiliary tank, and they put a switch in the cab, and I'm just filling up as I go down the road. No, it's not a transfer where I got to get out and manually do it. If I got to stop, I'm losing time.
Dude.
So it's worth it.
Dude, there's locations in Elkhart and Goshen. You're talking industrial areas. That's a great place for that shop.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's Artery Central right there.
right, it is. Like Winnemac, man, they do a lot of conversions up there. There's so much stuff in northern Indiana. Fort Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm doing a search for, I got San Francisco. This is for Louis. I got San Francisco to, I'm going to just do California. So 1 through 5.4, I don't know, I'll just do that. So I'm doing a search right now. Ooh, somebody says TransFlow is expensive. TransFlow is, that's not fuel card. That's an ELD, right? Yeah.
Why do I know that? But yeah, I think it is.
It comes up as ELD, and maybe they might do other stuff too.
Yeah, maybe.
No, they were talking about the TransFlow fuel tank in there.
Oh, yeah.
5-gallon TransFlow.
Okay, yeah,
DB Harold said.
Okay.
yeah, nice. Okay, yeah. So TransFlow probably has their hands in several things. Well, let's look at their solutions. Looks like TransFlow and Cox Automotive ought to get together. They could play Name That Brand Twister. somebody at a corporation, I was like, that ain't funny.
It's true.
It is true though.
Oh,
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay. Hey, man, I hate to cut you short, but I've been going since like 4 o'clock this
You know what, man? We're at 2 hours. This is perfect time to stop the show. So I'll tell you what. I'm gonna finish my search for Louie. I'm gonna let you guys go. I wanna thank Dave and Brian for both joining the show. Dave, especially for the time you put in to talk about expenses and the cost per mile. I mean, whenever you join the show, I see it's a busy chat. It's wonderful.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate the invite, and I ain't got no problem helping out. That's what I do.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So
Yeah, it is awesome. You guys are great, and I just want to say, both of you really helped me a lot when I was starting out. I watched both of you on YouTube. YouTube's great, but I really got to give a big thanks to both of you. Hotshot, I referred him when I signed up on Central. I put his name in so he would get a free month, just to show him, hey, it's the least I could do. I really appreciate everything, and but you guys really put the information out there, and it's awesome.
Wow. Thanks, Brian. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
thank
that.
you, and thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah.
You got it.
Thanks
buddy.
for coming on the show. It was cool talking to you.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, cool, man. Well, safe travels to Ohio.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All right, man. See you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right.
All right,
See you
peace.
guys.
Peace. All right. Man, that's awesome. I knew we'd hit 2 hours. Let's finish this search up for you, Louie, and then we're going to bolt. So if we're looking San Francisco Bay, you got $200 cars to LA. That seems to be pretty much the average. $300 in-op, 200, 250. Do I hear 275? And yeah, so 300 would be good to LA as far as if you could fill your truck with $300 cars. Definitely don't do. I wouldn't mess with a $100 car anywhere. It isn't worth it. In fact, it's the $100 cars that are the worst, man. You got to have an appointment and a gate pass, and then this guy, and then that number, and forget it, man. $100 cars, forget it. I would say every $100 car on it's $60 car, forget it. Don't do it, man. Okay, now $600 for 4 cars, one pick, one drop to LA. Ooh, Nissan Leafs. That's interesting. That's actually not bad. You gotta spend it to make it. Yeah, that's in reference to the. You like the show, Silver Mint? I hope that it lives up to your expectations. I really do. So that's what I'm looking at, Louie, and there's a lot to choose from. I'm assuming you have a Central Dispatch account, Louie. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're taking notes. So if you need a search, listen, if you need a search of Central Dispatch because they don't have the Kitty Sandbox or whatever you want to call it, the Manly Sandbox, whatever, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and I'll help you out. All right? I really will. I like to help people out. Actually, that's kind of why I started the show, man. I had all this information. I'm like, why should I just store this information? Why should I be so greedy? And I'm not gonna take it anymore. And I'm gonna start sharing it. And I'm gonna start giving it away. I'm just gonna give it away. And I don't know what'll happen. I don't know if anybody will watch these videos. And I'm searching. I'm route scouting, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some stress on the YouTube here. And then I wasn't stressing so much. Then I started having fun with it. And then suddenly people are showing up in the live chat, and now we got us a community. So, man, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for the show and spending the time. I mean, the stamina that you guys show in the live chat and just watching it, it's unbelievable. There's still 30 people here. You need to go home. You got to get out of here. Honey, what's he doing? He's telling us we got to go. So if you guys know about the YouTube channel, and also I'm on Facebook. If you think something should be updated, if you'd like to see a future topic, I mean, I'm going to be talking to some dealers. I'm going to talk to some dispatchers. I'm going to talk to some brokers. We're going to cover other specific topics like cost per mile. And if you think maybe, I didn't finish it off and I need to come back to the well on a topic, let me know. We can do that. I want to thank, let's see, I've got this picture in the background. This is from Paladin Enterprises. He was getting some work done, and just the other day, and I thought, that's appropriate because, that goes into your cost per mile. People have sent me photos, Facebook posts to include in the show, and between the live chat, the emails I get, the phone calls that I make talking to folks, I mean, it's really cool. I think it's having a positive effect. If somebody has asked a favor in the live chat and you can help them out, I encourage you to do that. What else, man? I think that's it for now. So I'm going to say thank you for tuning in, for helping me make this the successful channel it is, that it's going to go on to be. Next week is actually, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but I think I have a surprise for you guys. And I don't even fully know yet. So that's episode 39. We'll call it the surprise show. And then episode 40, I'm actually going to do my first remote live show because it kind of celebrates my 1-year anniversary of this channel. And then that'll take us into July, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk to some other folks in the industry and just keep it going around. This show essentially is for if you are going to be moving a vehicle or dealing with a transporter. I want to help you understand the ecosystem of transport, that it's not just easy peasy, it's not just hitting a button on a mobile app, you're not ordering a pizza, this isn't Amazon, this is a very intricate and expensive marketplace. And I want you to know that, so that when you are ordering a car, you're not tapping your foot in your doorway at 2 o'clock on a Thursday and wondering why you haven't gotten a phone call. So if you want to know more about it, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to fire up the car hauler, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. And thank you so much for joining the show. So I'm just going to keep talking while the car hauler starts up. This computer is getting slow, man. I need to buy a new computer. So keep on. I want to see those dollars keep on rolling in. And until then, I'm just going to keep doing the best show I can. And here we go. Finally, it started. Would the video just start already? Please. Oh my gosh, I'm still waiting. Oh no, here we go. Okay, you guys. I'll see you in a week.